Welcome to Flyability online training course. So during this training, you will learn how to set up the drone, you will learn the specification of the drone, you will learn how to recognize potential risk and how to mitigate these risks. You will learn the limit of the drone, you will learn how to prepare basic flights, you will learn to perform maintenance on the drone, you will learn how to use the application and the software. You will also practice 8 defined flight exercises that will go through all the features of the drone. The purpose of that is to give you a better understanding of the capacity of the drone, and by doing that you will reduce the number of crash or piloting mistakes. So these are the different subjects we will go over today. We will do it over 3 sections, but now we'll start by the training offering. So every Elios 2 pilot have to pass the mandatory online course to activate the warranty on his drone. This online course can be found on our website in the training page. The Aerial Indoor Inspection Methodology Training, also called AIM, is the fast track to learn how to perform inspection. During this 2 days training, you will learn how to prepare an inspection and how to perform this inspection. So on the first day, your trainer will show you how to prepare an inspection on specific scenarios, and on the second day, you will have to prepare your own inspection under the supervision of the trainers. Indoor photogrammetry training. This is a 2-day training where you will learn how to capture quality data set that can later be used in Pix4D Mapper. In this training, you will use real inspection data sets to build your first 3D model. You will learn the limitation of photogrammetry due to dust, lights, reflective material, overexposition, and you will also learn how to prepare good flight plans for photogrammetry. This training will focus on how to capture quality data, so you need to know how Pix4D Mapper works before coming to the course. If you don't know how to use it, you have to take a Pix4D workshop or pass the online fundamental Pix4D course and exam. You can find all the information on Pix4D website. Build a 3D model can be very useful to locate defects in big facility, to do measurements, or even to calculate volume. In this 3D model that you can see on the right, you can, by example, see that the bolt here is untight. Elios 2 specification. Elios 2 specification. So let's start by the payload. So Elios is equipped by a 4K optical camera and a thermal camera recording at 120 and 160 pixels. On both sides of the camera, you have LED lights for a total of 10,000 lumen. The flight time of Elios is about 10 minutes, and the range is maximum 500 meters or 1,500 feet with no obstacle. Elios have 7 laser sensors for the stabilization and 7 optic flows. In terms of weight, Elios is 1.45 kilo or 3 pounds and 40 centimeters in diameter or 15.7 inch. Next chapter, safety. Safety when flying the drone. Personal safety. The drone produces up to 110 decibels at 1 meter, meaning that ear protection are absolutely necessary even for short flights. We recommend that you do not fly over people if that can be avoided. The sensor of the drone emits infrared lights. These lights are bad for your eyes if you stare at them closely without safety glasses. Beware of flying debris and dust. During takeoff, the drone will create a lot of wind. If you are in a dusty area, we recommend that you use safety goggles. The propeller spins at up to 30,000 rounds per minute, and we choose strong and sharp propeller to resist debris. So don't put your finger in the cage when the drone is flying. Safety of the drone. On flat surface, the drone can resist a collision at up to 3 meters per second with no damage. However, you always have to be careful of any protruding object that could impale the drone. The cage of the drone can absorb the shock of big collision thanks to its flexibility. But always keep in mind that if you have a collision in a very narrow space, you could stuck the drone. Flying slowly will be the key in narrow space. Flying in confined and dusty place will inevitably lift up dust and hard particles that may damage the propeller. We recommend that you check the propeller of the drone between each flight. Be careful of liquids. Elios can resist minor splashes, but not heavy rain. This is an example of a thermal probe inside of a stack. This is a kind of protruding object that could impale the drone if you do not look before you fly. Battery handling and good practices. Battery handling. Elios 2 use smart batteries. It means that before storing your drone, fully charge the battery and automatically, after 4 days, the battery will discharge to the right level. The best way to store the battery is to put them in a dry place at room temperature, not in direct sunlight, in the lipo bags, and not near flammable material. Battery level. A full battery is at 21.75 volts. In cockpit application, you will have your first warning about low battery that appear at 25% of battery left. A second warning will appear at 10% of battery left and the drone will get in landing mode. It is always possible to override the landing mode by giving the drone more thrust, but we do not recommend to go below 2% of battery as you will damage the chemistry of the battery. First battery warning appears at 25% of battery left. In your flight application cockpit, you will see this warning appearing in the middle of your screen, low battery in orange. The second battery warning, the critical low battery warning, will appear at 10% of battery left. At this point, the drone will start to do an auto landing. It is possible to override the auto landing by giving the drone more thrust. When the drone touches the floor, the propeller will spin for another 20 seconds and then it will stop automatically. Signal loss. When the drone lost its signal with the remote control, he will start to do an auto landing. In the video on the top left, you can see the signal of the drone decreasing. Then you have your wake signal, and in a couple of seconds we will lose the image. If the drone gets back its signal by moving around with a remote control, you can get the signal back. If you get your signal back, you can continue to fly. Best practices. Elios 2 can be flown between 0 and 50 degrees Celsius. We, however, recommend that when you fly below 10 degrees Celsius, you should warm your battery before starting the flight. If you fly above 40 degrees Celsius, we recommend that you let the motor cool down between flights. The best performance that you can get with your battery is when the battery are between 20 and 25 degrees before they are plugged to the drone. To heat your battery, you can use lipo bag warmers a LiPo heater box, some insulated pelly case, or you can put the battery in your pockets before your flight. Travel by air with your battery. Elios 2 battery follows the IATA and the FAA regulations. To travel with your battery, you need to store them in your carry-on luggage. For extra precaution, we recommend that you print the lithium battery policy of the airline you are taking. You are supposed to discharge your battery at a voltage below 20 and 30% when you travel by air. Elios 2 battery are below 100 watts and 2 grams of lithium metal. That means that you can travel with your battery in hand luggage with a maximum of 20 spare batteries. Command and control. Flight commands. When you receive your Elios, he will be set in mode 2, meaning that the left joystick is to gain and lose altitude and to yaw the drone. The right joystick will allow you to go forward, backward, and on the sides. Arming and disarming Elios. To arm Elios, place the left joystick on the bottom right, keep the left joystick down and slide it to the left and to the right quickly. This will arm the drone. To disarm the drone, put the left and right joystick down to the center and hold the joystick for about 1 second. For safety reasons, you can disarm the drone in mid-air. But be careful, that will result in a free fall. So if you are higher than 1 meter from the ground, that could cause serious damage. Overheating risk. Never turn on a remote control if the antenna are not connected. This could cause permanent damage to the remote control. We recommend to unplug the battery of the drone if you are not flying. The transmission hardware uses the wind produced by the propeller to cool down. In warm environment, keeping the battery plugged off the drone without flying could cause irremediable damage to the drone after only 5 minutes. This is a reminder of all the functions of the remote control. But no worries, we will try all these buttons during the flight exercises.